What's going on, you guys? My name is Zach Hartley, and in this video I'm going to share my entire game plan and the stocks that I'm watching for the week coming ahead. I just performed all of my technical analysis, and my goal here is to share it with you. So don't forget to subscribe, and let's get right into it. So first of all, the indexes are doing pretty good. The NASDAQ is almost at an all-time high. The Dow Jones Industrial is in the top of its kind of consolidation bracket right now. The MS World Index isn't doing as well, but the S&P 500 is doing extremely well, close to its all-time highs, not quite there, but doing extremely well. So this is what the market looks like right now. It's a little bit turbulent, but tech companies had massive earnings last week. Apple, Amazon, Facebook. We've got some MasterCard and Visa coming out as well. So everything looked good from that side of the industry. However, there are certain industries still getting hammered by COVID. So we're going to go through the trading setups for this week. But first of all, I just want to show you the chart for Tesla. I made a video about Tesla, I don't know, like a week or 2 weeks ago, about how I was selling my Tesla shares. I want to show you where we sold at. We sold at $1,730 right here. Right here on the absolute high is where we got out, and since then it's down over $300. If you want to see that video, check out my channel. It is right here. We sold out at $1,734. We got out at the absolute perfect time, and we did extremely well. So if you followed my trade, you would have made a lot of money. But this is Tesla. I'm not buying into it right now because the MACD is crossing down, the RSI is coming down. We don't have any positive signs right now, even though I absolutely love the company and I placed a $100 deposit for a Cybertruck. So we'll see what happens with Tesla over time. But real quick, let's just follow up on my 3 trades from last week. The first one was Lulu. This one hasn't really done much in the last week, which is okay. I'm still waiting for this trade to develop. I do have a position in it right now, but it hasn't done anything. I am expecting a breakout, especially, as you can see here, we've got a pretty clear trend line. So just like that, you can see we've got an ascending triangle here. So I'm waiting to see what happens with this because I think we're gonna have a breakout to the upside, but I am ready to get out of it in case I'm wrong. So that was Lulu. The other one is Beyond Meat. It looks pretty much the same thing. We're coming down. Nothing happened in the last 5 days. Still waiting for this trade to develop a little bit. However, my other recommendation from last week was Facebook, and we did extremely well on it. As I mentioned, we were kind of at the bottom of the channel. We bought it on the way up. We probably made about $30 a share on it. I'm personally up 15% on it, so I'm doing extremely well on it. I hope you are as well, and I still like Facebook. I think it's a hold. If you're not into it, I think you should get into it right now because I do think it is a buy right now, especially on this breakout. And the biggest brands in the world cut Facebook, and it hardly made a dent. Like, not even a huge deal to them. So there is so much momentum behind Facebook. I think it's really good. So those are the 3 trades from last week. Facebook was the big winner. Lulu and Beyond Meat are pretty much steady as where they were when I first recommended them. I still like those positions. The companies I'm looking at this week, though, are Amazon and Alibaba. So let's look at these ones real quick. Amazon. So I like this one because, as you can see, we are pretty much at the top of this bracket right now. We are testing the all-time highs on good earnings from last week. We did have Jeff Bezos going to Congress and testify. I watched the video on that. I wasn't super happy with his performance. We'll see what happens on Monday. But if this breaks out of this trading channel right here, if it breaks above that 3,200 mark, it looks like, I'm definitely going to be a buyer of Amazon. I really like it. And as you can see, we could have a crossover in the MACD. We also had higher trading volume yesterday when the stock went up. So I like that. All good signs on Amazon. And the interesting thing here is that I think Amazon is going to be highly correlated to Alibaba. And if you look at the Alibaba charts, we can see a pretty clear, basically horizontal triangle right here. So I do think something's going to happen with Alibaba this week. If Amazon continues to go higher, I don't see how Alibaba could drop. I think it's a great company, and I think Alibaba and Amazon work very closely together in terms of sellers buy products from Alibaba and sell them on Amazon, and vice versa. So, or not vice versa. Nobody buys on Amazon and sells on Alibaba, but they do work together, or at least they're connected in that way. So I do like Alibaba. The other companies that I like right now are Square. So this is the other one that I liked. Okay, so the reason I like Square is, as you can see, we had a major breakout. This stock was like $40 or $50 just 2 months ago at the bottom of COVID. Since then, it's $130. It is traded basically within this channel. It's come down and tested this 115, 120 mark twice. It's also tested the high of 135 almost twice, and we're back up to about 130, close to 135. And if it breaks above 135, that's when I want into this stock. I also think the MACD will cross over. We'll be back in the overbought zone, and I think you could ride a pretty easy 10 or 20% out of this if it continues. So I do like Square. We'll see how this trade develops. I'm not a buyer of Square yet, but I could be pretty soon here depending on how this week goes. The next one is Wayfair and Zoom. So these ones are a little further out of my wheelhouse right now. So Wayfair is a newer company that I've been following, but if you look at this, it's just amazing, this company so far. So $150 at the end of May. They're now at $266 at the beginning of August. Like, these are just phenomenal growth numbers. They had a big scare where people thought that Wayfair was trafficking humans. I don't know anything about that. I find it hard to believe, but I could be totally wrong. The stock hasn't reflected that at all, and I like Wayfair. I think they have a great model. And if this continues, or if it comes back down and tests this line and gets a bounce up, then I'm probably going to be a buyer of Wayfair. And the last one that I like a lot is Zoom. Now, I think COVID is going to last a lot longer than people think. I think it is going to go on for at least another year. And I think after that, we could see another global pandemic. So I think Zoom is going to be the meetings and the work way of the future. I think they're going to do extremely well. And as you can see right now, the MACD has completely plummeted. It could be crossing over soon. We have some trend reversal indications from the histogram. The RSI is right at that 50 level, which is okay for this company. And if we zoom in here, I'm going to zoom into 3 months. If we zoom into 3 months, we can see almost a pretty clear trend line coming on the bottom left to top right side, and then we can see a pretty clear downtrend where they're about to intersect. So I do think something's going to happen this week with Zoom. If we see it bounce up, I'm probably going to be a buyer, and if we see a crossover of the MACD, I'm definitely going to be a buyer. So we'll see what happens over time here, but I do like Zoom. So altogether, what I have my eyes on this week are Amazon and Alibaba. I like those two as a pair. I like Square if we see a breakout, and I like Wayfair and Zoom depending on how the week progresses. So those are the companies that I have my eyes on. I'm holding my position in Beyond Meat. I'm holding my position in Lulu, and I might even build on my position in Facebook because I like it so much. If you guys have any questions, send me an email. Don't forget to subscribe. It sincerely helps me out as I try to get to 1,000 subscribers, and check out my other videos because all they're going to do is help you out. Talk to you soon.